Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Ride and Chat. My name is Dr. Sam. I have a young businessman over here called Nana Kwame Bukari Jr. This guy's mysterious encounters and then the physical encounters he has had in his personal life are mind blowing. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave a comment, share, and let's continue to build a stronger community of real people sharing real life encounters. Enjoy these guys' encounters, and I hope you will learn something from it after watching.
About the river at Ablekuma, Boko getting to Oduman Junction in Sakina, Mahia, those areas. There is a river in between that lane, that road. It's called the Insaki River. Yeah, Insaki River. After Boko, after Israel, then you get to that river. And then that's a very big river. I think it joins either the Weja or the Densu River. It joins one of them. So we moved into there's a very small locality around in Sakina. That's where the water is sited itself. The water's name is Insaki, the river's name is Insaki, and then the town is Insakina, which means at the bank of the river Insaki. So at the bank of Insaki, Insakina is a Gan word. So there is a small site or a small part of Insakina called Peace Village, and then that was where we settled around 2007 thereabouts. There was no light in that area when we moved there, and then that place was very new, like it's a very new site. So one thing I noticed was, I'm a very curious person. One thing I noticed was everywhere you pass you see snakes. Everywhere you pass, you see snakes. Even in your home, within 2 minutes, you have to see a snake. Either a baby snake, normal snake, big snake. Every day you see snakes. So I decided to know why and then where the snakes came from. Because sometimes you don't even kill them. Sometimes we kill them. So one day I asked one man who has lived in the area for long. So I asked him, and then he was like, oh, their great-grandfathers and then their ancestors used to have a plantation on this farm or this place that is now our land or where we've built. So those days it was a farm for them, and then they used snakes to protect the farm. So the snakes were from the river goddess. So it's like they use the snakes to protect their farm. And then if maybe you are hungry, you are from a long distance and you are hungry, and then you come with a good intention that, oh, I am hungry, please, I just want to take something from here and eat. The snake won't show any sign that it's around. But if you come and then you have an attempt of stealing or something, the snake will show up. But it won't bite you until you still show the aggressiveness of you trying to steal the thing. Then it bites you or wants you or something. I don't know. So that was what he told me, and then I was like, oh, okay. And it was like, now they are all dead. And then their children have started selling the lands. So the snakes are just here. They don't have anywhere to go. So they are just here. But probably when the town is developing, they will leave. And it's true. It's been, I think, quite some years now. I think 12 to 15 years now. And then it's hard for me to even see a snake in that area now. But first, you will see a python that's even bigger than my thighs. A very huge python. You will see big snakes in that area. And then they were all from the water. So I think June 3rd, that heavy downpour, and then it destroyed the bridge of the Insaki River. So soldiers were asked to use canoe as a means of transportation. If you get to the other side of the river, when you're coming from Ablekuma, you get there, and then the soldiers will transport you over the water to the other side. Then you pick another car or a motorbike and then go to your destination. So that was how things were going on that river until they constructed a big bridge for that river. Now, coming to the spiritual side of the Insaki River, for what I learned from that guy, that man, he said the river is a female, is a goddess, and then it's very good, like she's very calm and then cool kind of goddess and all that, and then she doesn't tolerate nonsense. So I quite remember that June 3rd, the water break a certain pig, is it pig farm or is, I don't know, the man was selling pigs, and then his pigs whatever was close to the river, very close to the river, that when the pigs defecate or something, the water has to just pass through that river and go. So when the June 3rd came, the water just dismantled everything, and then all the pigs were carried away. I'm not sure up to now the man has ever reared a pig or something, because it's hard for me to see a pig in that area now after the rain. Yeah, so it is very clean and it hates nonsense. Now, on the spiritual side, for my encounter, I had a dream, and then before I even moved to that area, when I was a very young kid, I used to see snakes in my dream. The kind of snakes I see in my dream are very mysterious. You can see a snake with a fish head, a very big fish like tilapia head, but from the tail coming as a snake, and then they are very colorful, very beautiful. And then most of the times I play with them and all that, but I was a kid. Sometimes in a dream I'll come back and I'll see cobras in army colors protecting my mom, and then my mom will be cooking, and then she will not even know that there's a snake in front of her, but I'm seeing the snake. So sometimes I tell her that, do you know that sometimes some soldier snakes, they guide you? She'll be like, so when we moved to that area, I saw snakes, but I wasn't scared. Sometimes they can even pass on my legs and all that. I don't get scared. But during that time when I had the dream, I was living with a girl. The girl is a pastor's daughter, and then she was my girlfriend. But bro, the girl made me go through stress. I swear, pastor's daughters, they are very evil. The girl made me go through stress. Like, I thought maybe I found maybe a cool person because the father is a pastor or something. Hey, I went through stress. And then not knowing, the girl was an evil person. So I had to fight two things at a time. But since I was protected by this river goddess, and then the kind of snakes I see in my dream too was from my mother's side, so which means my mother too is from a water clan. Yeah, and then I've resided in a water clan, so it's like two water clans are protecting me now, and then they are not going to agree for that girl to finish me up. So according to various spiritualists and all that, I'm that kind of I don't care person. I don't care as an EBCBNC, those kind of things. So according to spiritualists, the girl would have finished me even before my time, because she knew I had a big dream and all that. So he just had to clear off the girl, because she was a barrier in my life. So bro, I went through stress. I went bankrupt, like everything finished. I lost my job. My own job where I did do, I quit. Everything messed up. Now, the river came to me in a dream, and then was very aggressive. I was like, how? It came to me in the form of a snake. The snake was very aggressive, but then there was a very beautiful lady standing by the snake. Both of them were aggressive, and then the lady was like, why will I bring such a dirty thing into her area or her land? I was like, I didn't know, I'm naive and all that. And she was like, she likes me, and then she didn't want to see that thing again. So I should be careful with the kind of ladies I associate myself with. She knows I'm not like that, but I should be careful when I'm picking the lady. And I should even relax, because it's not yet time. And I was like, okay. So I woke up from the dream, and then I knew that it's normal. I was wrong at that side. So, and then one thing that made me know that she's the one, because the girl was buried in the same area, and then there was a whole lot of mess during the funeral. The girl is from a broken home. The father said the mother is a witch. The mother too said the father is an occult, and then he has turned into a pastor. So blah blah blah, like a whole lot. So after analyzing things, I knew that no, I've been brought out from a very big trouble by this two water goddess, one from my family and then one from the area, and maybe God and other ancestors as well. So I accepted that fact, and then I lived to embrace the God or the goddess. And then I was living after the girl died, depression and all that. So I automatically turned into an introvert. I didn't want people near me and all that. Then I met this girl. I met another girl, and then I'm living with this girl, only for me to know that this girl's family too is another water goddess. And then their family also has this water snakes and water goddess and all that. I was like, how? So she was describing herself, and then she was describing her family to me. She was like, if I tell you where I'm coming from, maybe you'll not like me. I was like, oh, where do you come from? She said Nogokbo. I said, hey, it's normal. Nogokbo is normal. Me, I don't fear anything. She was like, hey, you don't fear anything? I said, oh, I don't fear anything. It's a normal thing. So far as there is no evil in my head, why will I fear Nogokbo? So I was talking to this girl, and then she was like, oh, their family, they are snakes. It's like, okay. So she would take me to her uncle, and then I was like, oh, no problem, we will go. So we went to her uncle, and then the uncle asked me 3 consecutive times, are you sure you want to be with my daughter? I said, yes. Are you sure? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. And then he said, these 2 girls, they are snakes, so you must know how to handle them. I said, oh, I'm aware. And he was like, okay. Then he leaves the going into my hands. I was like, okay, thanks. And then the man noticed something and then called me back. He said, your ex-wife is still following you, because she said she's not going to allow you to get married to anybody, but I'll block that thing. So a whole lot of rites was performed, and then we had to embrace the river goddess again. So this time around, I saw that that river goddess is backing me up everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, she's backing me up. So that's how the thing started, and then I've loved it. Like, I've loved to embrace it. And then I've noticed one thing about that river. If you listen to those who get accidents on that bridge, if you listen to them, let me go speed. Some people will be like, actually, I'm a dream baby. I'm a real film. You see, they can't lie about the accidents they get on that bridge, and then everything shows clearly that either they were having a bad intention, or they were overspeeding on the bridge, or maybe like they had something evil to do somewhere, and then you can't cross that bridge with an evil mind, especially in the night. You'll be shocked. In the night, you don't have to speed on that river. Even in the day, you don't have to speed on that bridge. You just slow down, give a horn. You just feel like there is somebody passing on that river. That's all. Or you are just saying "ago" or knocking. Then that's all. If not, you experience something that's weird. Yeah, it's not 100% thing that you experience, but maybe you might experience something like that. Maybe yours might be a coincidence. You'll be going, and then maybe that will be the time that person too is coming. So, yeah. And then some pastors too baptize their members in that water, because they believe that the water has a good spirit. Just like the way I believe it is backing me up. So it has been there for me. It has protected me for quite a while. I'll say quite a while. It has protected me. So it's good. It's good. It's good. You will never hear a bad thing about that river. It's hard. You will never hear a bad thing about that river. It's hard to hear. But there are other water bodies around that area that have bad records. Like somebody went to swim and the person didn't come back. Somebody went to do this and the person died and all that. Yeah. But as for the Insaki River, it has never got any kind of bad name or something. Yeah. And then one thing about the river, one thing about the area I noticed is that when we got there, the snakes that were living there were very big. Like the pythons were big, mambas were big, cobras were big. Like I saw a cobra, a very well-grown black cobra. You see, when you look at ducks, when ducks grow, you get this kind of red, is it pink pigments around their faces, something hanging. Bro, we saw a cobra, black cobra, very big cobra, with that kind of things on the face. My dad was like, hey, this animal has grown. And then the way we suffered before we were able to kill it, like we went through a lot. And then my dad once saw a python that was also huge. Like it's like the size of a human thigh, very big. And then you don't see the head of the python, and then you don't see the tail. It's very long and it has crossed the road, so you only see the movements of the skin, and then you don't know whether the head is here or the tail is here. You don't know where the snake is going, so he had to wait for the whole body to pass. So he called me, and then I came to look at it. I was like, whoa, this thing is huge. It's very huge. I quite remember some guys came to work, and then one guy wanted to go and ease himself in the bush, not knowing he was easing himself close to a python, and then the python was asleep. Like the python did nothing to him. A very big python. This guy was unstable for about 2 weeks. He couldn't work, and then he left. Like he was so shocked, so he couldn't work at all. Yes, the animals in that river and then the area were very huge, but for now I think they are gone. And the lady I met after my incident too, my friend was the first person to tell me that like they are snakes. My friend had like that guy was very close to me. He's a producer, and then most of the times he wants me to record on his beat so that he can master the beats and all that. So he came to me and was like, bro, I had a dream, and then Sian, like all her family, they are snakes. Like I saw them in snake form. So I should, like, bro, like you should be careful with that girl. But that my friend didn't know that I am from a snake family or from that kind of people. And then he didn't know that the area Water Goddess too had that kind of connection with me. So when he was there, I was laughing in my head, but he was afraid for me. And I told him that he shouldn't worry, it's a normal thing. And then it's good. It's good. Ever since I met this snake girl, my life has changed. Like, it has changed, yeah. It has changed. So that is it. Some things are real in life. Some things are very real in life. At first, I didn't want to believe it. That is a or baby, your war and all those things. Sometimes I didn't want to believe it, but I said, experience is the best teacher. As I went through it, I knew that, yeah, some things are real. Yeah, some things are real. And then even the kind of snakes I see in my dream, they are very giant. Like, one snake is higher than a high tension. Like, sometimes you only see the body and then the tail, and then the head is in the clouds. So when I get there, I have to call or shout, hey, so that the snake will come down. And then when the head comes down, bro, the head is even bigger than my whole body. than even a car. The head is very huge, like a giant. And then it will come down, and then I'll be touching it. Sometimes when I touch it, I feel some kind of vibration shocking in my hands. And then when I wake up in the morning, I still feel that kind of vibration in my hand. So, like, I feel like, how? Up to now, it's still a mystery. I don't understand. And then I've told so many pastors and spiritual people about that dream. And then most of them cannot tell me the meaning of the dream. They just tell me, they will call me and then tell me, until I realize that maybe I'm from their side, so there is no way that somebody can interpret the meaning of that dream or where that snake came from and all that. Yeah, bro, things are real. This world is a very scary one.
You said when you broke up with your first girlfriend, you lost your job. A lot of things happened, but you just centered on the job that you lost. What were the other things that happened aside from you losing your job? And then secondly, sometimes when people come across people's stories like this, people's encounters like this, they say, oh, probably he got high fever and he's seeing things in his dream. He think they are real. What do you have to tell people like that? What do you have to tell? Because your encounters are serious, like what you've narrated is very serious. But it's also eye-opening so that people understand that there is physical part and then there is spiritual side. There is the mysteries and all that. What do you have to tell people that sometimes do not believe in these things? They see it to be, because I posted a video of a young man that told me about his encounter at Kwabenya. And somebody wrote in the comment section he had high fever. I'm sure your own, because they are deep, somebody might say, oh, he or she doesn't believe in it. What do you have to tell people like that?
I didn't break up with that girl. The first girl, I didn't break up with her. Like, she got pregnant and then she died at Kolebu during labor. Both of them, both the baby and then the mother. So I thought it was a coincidence, but after the research from spiritual side and all that, it was a sign that they should end the barrier. They shouldn't bring any baby to become a barrier between the mother and me again. They should end that lady's contract from my life. So that was how it ended. So like she died and then everything scattered. And then when it comes to what I have to tell people, like, we should be careful about how we live. Right now, I will not say that maybe it was high fever or depression or something, because those kind of dreams that I had were before the incident. So after the incident, I confirmed that those dreams had something to tell. Yeah, so I wouldn't tell people that it's high fever or something. Like, people like the guy who said it's high fever, he was once like me, like I was once like him. I don't believe in those things. Everything is normal. Forget, you see those kind of things. Yeah, until I went through it. So people like that should be careful. There are a whole lot of things. I remember once I was in a bus to Kumasi, and then I was sitting with my friend, a photographer. We were sitting right behind the bus driver. So the driver was going, and then he gave a highlight. As soon as he gave the highlight, we saw a girl wearing white dress, jalabia, and then she was holding a Hennessy bottle, but her body was full of blood, and then she was smiling. So the driver threw the highlight, and then as soon as he gave the highlight, and then the girl disappeared. He was shocked, so he swerved the girl and then turned the light back off. And then I would say, as at that time, it was midnight. Most of the people were asleep in the bus. And then he turned it off back. So he swerved the girl, and then everybody woke up from in the bus. They were like, hey, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And then he was like, huh. And then we were like, as soon as he said, hey, it was like a coincidence. We also said, hey. So he turned back and then he was like, and I was like, yeah. And then my friend who said, yeah, hey. And then he was like, a coin way. So then we were like, so anytime they are traveling, they see this kind of things. They say, yeah. Sometimes you see old women crossing the road. Sometimes you see a young girl crossing the road. And then some of them are arm robbers, or some are like trap for arm robbers, and then some too are spiritual. But this girl's one was very strange. because of the blood on her face, and then the way she smiled. So he was shocked. They were like, hey. So he was like, oh, I can't read this. They be anyama who see was winting. I am not going to cry there. I am through. I'm a for a mokwana. And then after I lost that girl, and then like I lost the job. It's not only the job, but I was going through a whole lot of things. Like I hardly even eat. Like I couldn't understand myself. It got to a time that I even wanted to commit suicide and all that because it was due to depression. That was when I didn't understand that the girl was a barrier in my life. So when I got to know that she is a barrier, then I started recovering. But after the girl died, it was full of depression. And even it was the new girl that helped me recover from the depression, because she was the one who started telling me that this kind of people come into your life to break you down and all that. And then we went to spiritualists to confirm. So me, I always confirm my things before I even postpone or do something about it. Even in churches, I have to confirm. Sometimes you are preaching to me, I'll be like, no, repeat this side. I'm that kind of person, very curious. Yeah. So people should be careful. The spiritualist that I went to see, he did something very shocking. We were going, and then it was Cape Coast. So he is in Apam, but I had a program at Cape Coast. So we were going, and then he was the one driving. But all of a sudden, he stopped and then he parked. And then my dad asked him that, why has he parked? He said, I'm supposed to be in a bedroom. So he entered. I was like, how? So he waited for about 2 minutes, then he continued. And then we asked him that, so why did he park? Because we can't see him, and we can't see them. And then he was like, this is how some accidents happen. Sometimes the spirits are crossing the road, and then the driver will be moving on the full speed. So maybe to prevent you from killing any of the children, you just have to throw the bar somewhere. That's why plenty sprinters get accidents and all that. I was like, how? But how can somebody in a human form see a boss man the battery? Then he said, that's how the world is now. The dark side of the world can come during the day and then do their stuffs. So things are changing. So people should be careful. Even if you are driving, do not speed too much. And then that man, he doesn't speed. Like you it's hard for you to see him speeding. Me, I didn't know. Sana, there are things going on. Me right now, they speed there. They are touching. And it was like plenty accident, especially the sprinter drivers. They don't know unless somebody who is very hard in the spiritual realm before you notice that thing. Yeah, that's why you see the bridge too. You can't overspeed on that bridge. Yeah. That's the same thing. That in Saki River, you don't overspeed on it. So it's the same way it happens to other roads and all that. You don't speed on the road. Otherwise, you kill yourself or the and then this is for the guys who like humanizing, the guys who like taking women. There was this guy who came to live in the area, that in Sakina Peace Village. He came to live there. His name is Wiper. So Wiper was living there, and then I made friends with him. And then he was like, oh, he's from Kaswa, but he has lost his job. So right now he's looking for a place to sleep and all that. So he was living just behind my house. And then one day I was at the game center after we watched a certain football match. It was very late, around 11. And then we saw this fair girl coming. Very small girl, very small girl. I think she's around 15, 16 years. Slim and very fair. She's very fair. So we saw this girl coming, and then my friends called her. They started making fun of her. She was like, and then they were like, oh, call him fan. So I asked them whether they've seen the girl before. They were like, oh, Otako Wiper. And then we're like, me say, Wiper. I say, Otako Wiper. And I'm saying, okay. So the girl, they were worrying the girl that and their mom call wipe her and all that. And then the girl looked at me straight in my eyes and told them that can't show me say me power. Bro, I was shocked. The way my heart caught. Then she all of a sudden she started confessing. And me nipa, me yensuo. Osha me skin crab who say me nipa me yensuo. But me call wipe her, ya smell me wipe her until me call her. I was like, Yasma or wipe her? She said yes. But it was like all what she was saying, my friends weren't listening. Or like those who were worrying the girl. I don't know whether they weren't listening or they didn't know that she was saying those kind of things. And then she was like, Yasma or wipe her until your mom main country madam for no munjan on uncle. And yes, at time no best uncle wipe her. It's like okay. So I told my friends and then they left the girl. Then she went to wipe her. So she left around dawn. And then that time to you see street boys, we don't like sleeping early. Sometimes we'll be joking on the street until morning, then we rather sleep in the day. So around 4 then I saw that she was coming back with Wiper. And then Wiper went to escort her. And then I was like, Wiper, who be that girl? He said, oh Charlie, I'm a small girl that. And I say, you know I'm anywhere. He said, oh, you just meet them for street way, they do ala. So but they like him. And I'm besides say, so you sure say they like the girl serious. So they like him. You know, this wiper that I know is a wiper. He will wipe you anyhow. So I was like, bro, me there, I fear that girl. So you take your time. You say, oh, you know be anything. Be small girl. Yeah, not me. But the way the girl looked straight into my eyes and told me that can't you say me nipa on. I was like, how? Bro, things are going on.
Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you've learned something from my brother's true life encounters. This program is all about people sharing their personal life encounters in business, their field of work, relationship, marriage. True life encounters from people. Wherever you're watching from around the world, you can reach out to me if you want to talk to me directly. On Instagram, Ride and Chat World, you can message me or DM me. On Twitter, Ride and Chat. On TikTok, Ride and Chat. And then on YouTube, where I normally post the full videos, both part 1 and 2, or the entire videos. You can subscribe to the channel, join the community. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to hear encounters, experiences, real life stories from one another so that we can learn. Before I forget, we are actually looking for sponsors for Ride and Chat. So if you know, any company that is looking for a program to sponsor, please, you can recommend Ride and Chat to them so that we can travel, bring different encounters, not just Ghana, not just Accra. Already we've done Kumasi, Brekum, Sunyani, Takrady, Cape Coast. Probably we can be able to go to Tamale, Keta, and all those places and bring, people's life challenges, so that we can all learn. So if you know of any company that want to sponsor a program, just recommend. Even individuals that have money that want to sponsor programs, just let us know and we'll sit down and have conversation with the person or the company. Until we meet again, my name once again is Dr. Sam. Let me remind you, the program is Ride and Chat. If you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do that right away before you leave. If you're already a subscriber, please like, comment, and share the video so that we continue to grow and listen to encounters from all over the world. God bless you. It's bye-bye for myself and my team and my boss over here. Bye-bye.